Right back to work for Anthony Albanese after becoming the first Prime Minister to win a second term in more than 20 years.
We've been given the great honour of serving the Australian people, and we don't take it for granted, and we'll work hard each and every day.
So what does the PM have in store for Aussies, and where to now for the Liberals after Saturday's crushing defeat at the ballot box? Mark Riley, 7 News political editor, joins me now. Good morning to you.
Morning, Nat.
Was this a vote for Anthony Albanese or against Peter Dutton, and how does the government deal with that now?
Yeah, it's a bit of both, to be frank, Nat. What we missed out there on the campaign trail was that we were looking for a swing against the government, and what we missed was a swing against the coalition, and a very sharp one that has just reduced it to a rump. So people did endorse the Labor plan. They wanted continuity. They wanted continuation. Why? Largely because they've seen what change brings overseas. I think Donald Trump, we can hold responsible for that. If that's change, Australian voters said they didn't want it, and fairly or unfairly they associated that with Peter Dutton in a way, in the broad, but also the policy suite that the coalition put to the people just didn't resonate.
So how does the Liberal Party rebuild? Who do they do it with, and how long does it take?
Well, it'll take them at least a couple of terms, I would have thought, from here, because they're less than 40 seats, the worst result since the party was founded over 80 years ago. That is a big, big challenge. They need a new face, they need a new direction. The problem is the people who've survived this nuclear blast in the party base are the Conservatives, and largely the Conservative suite of policies have been rejected by the people. So that is a big conundrum. What do you do? Well, Angus Taylor is probably the most prominent person. He had the support of the right wing of the party, but he's associated with Peter Dutton. He's associated with Scott Morrison. He's associated before that with Malcolm Turnbull. So he comes with a lot of baggage. Susan Lee would give them a fresh face, a different face, hey, and a different gender. Remember what Julie Bishop said when she clicked her red heels and got out of politics? Well, will the Liberal Party ever elect a woman? Well, in this case, it'll be tough because she's a progressive. There's just not that many of them left. Do you go to the future? If you do, you look at someone like Andrew Hastie, also comes with some baggage, and you could burn him, because history tells us that the first-term leaders, after a loss like this, normally are churned and burned, and if you want to keep him in reserve for the future, you have to look at that. So it is a unbelievable conundrum for the Liberal Party.
So do they put someone in now and they're the caretaker person, and then Josh Frydenberg comes back?
Well, there's an option, but I mean, would Josh Frydenberg want to come back? Could he come back? He can't come back in Kooyong. He had a look at that. Obviously did a bit of polling and said, I'm not going to be able to beat Monique Ryan there for the seat. So, and come back and lead what though? Lead high 30s, low 40s to where? You'd have to have a big agreement from the party that you'd have a free hand. That'd be a big ask. I think Josh would have to sleep on that for a while before considering that option.
OK, the next big question, of course, when is the wedding, Jodie and Albo? Any takers on that?
The PM has said in the spring, so
okay.
We're looking at the third quarter of the year, sometime after July, August, and I think he says it'll be a modest affair, and he'll have a ring bearer called Toto. That's all we know, isn't it?
OK, we got lots of shots of Toto on Sunday night, didn't we? Thank you very much,
exactly.
Ralph.
Good on you.
Shervo.